Lay down. Lay down.
What a thing to come into. Literally, the first I hear is literally that.
I wonder why. No.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on in to the Crust Flopcast, where every 2 weeks we try our best to report on some of the gaming news around the world that is not usually in the mainstream media. And we do our best with this information that we find, because not everything we find might be the entire truth, but it is what we have found. So anything that we
exactly.
Anything that we cover that might be wrong, if you let us know, then we will do our best to actually correct that information in the next one.
Hell yeah.
But, ladies and gentlemen, as always, joining me today is a very interesting individual, the very unmedicated, so...
Yes.
So, word of warning, ladies and gentlemen, it is the one, it is the only, it's possibly scary, it's itsdamooh!
Yellow there, motherfucker.
Oh boy.
You forget that I know how to do deathcore screaming.
I know. I just wasn't expecting that. Because I've heard you do, like, just regular singing, and then I think that's the first time that that we've had that intro.
Probably.
So that'll be interesting for people like the literally watch the VODs on YouTube later. Also, hello YouTube.
Yellow YouTube. How are you doing today?
Sup, Yugi?
Hey Yuki. So, ladies and
The
gentlemen,
thing is, sorry,
go for it.
I used to practice screaming to things like bands like Asking Alexandra, Blackwell Brides, right? So I can do that sing to scream cut off.
Oh,
It's not easy, and considering I've managed to make my ribcage inflamed before because of doing that, be careful.
yes. Oh, Jesus. Oh, fuck, I forgot that actually, that could be triggered.
Yeah. Probably.
The oh yeah cat just got triggered.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
One of Damo's cats be spinning. Oh, yeah.
It's not the cats that's spinning, it's me.
Blink twice if you're scared. If you need help.
No. I'm listening to the metal version of the K-pop Demon Hunters soundtrack.
Oh god. But yes, welcome on in, ladies and gentlemen, and ignore the guard while holding on to me. She's kind of not letting me go in a minute. I'm dealing with a bit of a yardare situation here because I'll have to piss her off.
I mean, she's got to protect you. People keep calling you a cow.
Well, I'm glad that I still find that funny though. Being called literally a cow or a tiger. It's like,
yeah.
Bruh. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we do our best to actually try and cover the gaming news that's happened over the past couple of weeks the best we can. And sometimes we do divert a little bit to make a point. Because sometimes we do.
I kind of just want to talk like that for the entire stream today now.
I would advise against it, because if it's done you damage before, especially since
that's because I didn't do it properly at that point in time. Bear in mind that was like 6 years ago.
Bear in mind you still got literally like what? You got like what? 3 days this week to do of streaming. So
do you want me to put on my demon voice on the wheel? Because I'll do it.
That's all. I'm advising you not not today. So you can
yeah, catch 22 now, huh, motherfucker?
I'm trying to make it so you don't tear your voice to shreds. So, because you got literally still an entire week of stuff to do. So.
Don't know what you're talking
about. Streaming.
I've been sarcastic. Odin, you've been fed.
Forgot to jump in here soon. I need to farm more channel points. Oh, for fuck's sake. Don, we've only just started.
How many channel points you got, bud?
Well, any channel points, or any channel point challenges that you do today will be refunded because none of that happens on the Flopcast day.
That's true. That's true.
Yes. Because this is one of the few days I actually go somewhat professional.
Okay, right now, down.
Jesus. You are cute and cool, says Yuki. That's actually a cool repo emote.
It is, but I am not cute. Cool, yes. Cute, no.
I'll leave that to other people to decide. I feel as though...
And I'm wearing a skirt today.
The fuck?
Yeah, and do you know the funny thing?
What?
It's that loose, I've had to roll it at the top so it fits.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at you. Round of applause for Damo.
Bruh. Mm-hmm.
Can we get some W's? Can we get some W's in the chat for Damo on that one? I think that's worth it. But
I
yeah.
really want to say something, and I'm fighting the urge.
Hey, look at that! You got some W's in the chat. Let's go.
But I would just like to say thank you to my boyfriend. No?
I was actually doing my best not to say anything.
Yeah. Stone brain. Stone brain.
I was just gonna give you props for. I was gonna give you some props for actually losing weight to the point that you've actually had to roll it up to it actually stays put. You know, I was just gonna give you props and then leave it at that and then move on. Hey, it's not my fault, alright, that you've had a fair amount of a workout, alright?
Ivy's like, no!
Hey, Ivy, we're not ending this conversation in orgy, alright?
Orgy. There we go, now it has.
Should change that
Sorry.
from wizard to orgy. Orgy.
Orgy!
Change the lizard button to orgy again. Oh god, we're off to a start here, folks.
15 minutes in, and my unmedicated ass has already caused chaos.
Oh, well,
I
that
thought
was...
you wanted to keep this professional.
Hey,
Well, that was implied, considering the past few months. Extra exercise. Exactly. That's all it is. That extra exercise, and I'm having fun with that extra exercise.
As I said, Ivy, I wanted to keep it professional. I don't always succeed.
Exactly.
Just because you want something doesn't mean you always get what you want.
I'm also drinking hot chocolate, which probably isn't helping my case, but it's better than coffee, right?
There's nothing wrong with a bit of hot chocolate, especially with how cold it's been.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Like, literally, I saw the other night it was like -1.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like
It's
yeah.
currently 9.
Yeah, currently where I'm at it's 11, so it's a bit warmer than it has been. So
Yeah, lucky for you. It's about as professional as usual. Exactly.
yeah, it's about as professional as you expect from here, especially from us two.
Mm-hmm.
And again, when you've been doing this for as long as we have, you know, professionalism does kind of, you know, slip through the cracks.
Exactly.
With an occasional. Anyway. So, with that being said, Damo, what games have you been playing the past couple of weeks? Try and get back on track.
Yeah, try being a keyword. Obviously, I've been on MU near enough every day. I haven't been on today yet.
No?
No. Unmedicated Damo says this is not my personal interest. Fuck off. Medicated Damo loves the game. But yeah, I've been playing MU, Snowbreak, Where Winds Meet, which I've already caught up to Chaos.
Yeah. I've had to wait a few days before I could actually boost my level up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll be able to hopefully level up like tonight at like 9 PM local time.
Yeah. I'm probably going to do most of that tomorrow.
Yeah, that's valid.
I mean, I'm just
probably
trying to
take
get.
your
I'm just trying to keep the guild alive.
Mhm. I've been trying to help as well.
Yeah, so's Kane.
Yeah. So yeah, we're doing that. Silent Hill F, Repo. I think that's actually about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
You did actually get to watch all of Legend of Vox Machina.
That is true, yes. That is very true. I did get to watch all of that.
To which Demo can now see the inspiration behind the voice of
Kront.
Kront.
And Grog is Kront.
And-
No doubt about it.
And Kront is Grog. Although
Yes!
although I feel that Grog has a few more brain cells than Kront.
Yeah. Oh.
But yeah.
Yeah, I think that's about it, video game wise at least. Anyway, I've not really exactly been on anything else. Last couple of weeks. What about you? What have you been up to?
Well, I've been up to a plethora of games. As anyone that's actually caught my streams will see. Fire Emblem 3 Hopes, Marvel Rivals, obviously Bleach Brave Souls, Star Rail, to which I'm going to be taking a break from for a while. To which I'm switching over to Zelda Zone Zero. Where Winds Meet, Super Robot Wars, getting some stuff done on there. Digimon Time Stranger, getting the end game side quest done. Also been on doing more Pokemon as well, trying to get the 1,000 battles done, although that is a very, very, very tiresome thing. I'm on 760 or some shit like that, I think.
No.
I have been on Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, just testing out some stuff. FYI, if you have channel points, then don't forget about the overlevel challenge that is currently going on. I've also been getting some stuff ready for games after, well, this year ends. I have a couple that will hopefully result in some funny stuff lined up. So yee. But other than that, I've actually just been mainly just working on the grind for various stuff. Obviously, you heard about Where Winds Meet as well. Obviously, trying to keep the guild going, as well as working on my own in-game stuff too. Working on actually trying to build up the stats for my equipment.
Yes, and we also did a world boss together, didn't we? It took us a hot minute to figure it out, but we got there.
Yep. The Puppet Master, and we've learned a few things as well. Yep.
I did the dragon dude in a little village on my own today.
Hey, well done.
Yeah, and my boyfriend's mum came in and she was like saying hi, and I obviously weren't paying attention because I was hyper-focused, right?
Yeah.
Right, badly hyper-focused. And still stopped for a second and went, hi, video game, video game, video game.
Video game.
So yeah, that happened.
I just saw what Ivy put. Grog is constantly getting the encouragement buff from Pike, which helps him be smarter. I mean, yeah, that's fair.
Exactly. You know, just like how Chaos gives us all a buff to be chaotic.
Just doing my job.
And then this mess was born. Hi.
Yep. I've been busy all day, so I wasn't expecting Damon to be like this.
All he knew is I got fuck all sleep.
Which, to be fair, has kind of not been anything new.
You're fabulous too.
You're fabulous, Cal. Hey, Zero. Alright. That's basically it, game-wise, for me. But also I want to say, ladies and gentlemen, we've hit December. It is the 1st, so Merry Motherfucking Christmas! Yes.
Yeah, nah.
Oh, I'll be putting a sound alert back on the thing that I have every year for Christmas.
I wonder if I'll get away with seeing if there's, or if such a sound alert exists. But you know the one I'm telepathy right now with me. For my end, I mean.
I'm not getting anything.
You're not getting any telepathy from me? Come on.
No.
Buff up.
No. I'm not getting anything. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, I think we should crack on with the news. So
now check the telepathy. That one.
Oh! Oh, that one. Yeah, I think that one will be fine.
Alright, cool. Now we just gotta search for it.
Is that my homework tonight?
Yeah.
Because in case when Damo says we search for it, especially when it comes to sound alerts, it's usually Chaos. Can you look for it?
Yeah.
Because I seem to be the one in charge of several people's sound alerts, it seems.
Yes.
Because I apparently am trusted with that shit.
Yes. Blah. Blah. Blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Is that right, Chaos?
Alright.
Your favourite sound to use now.
So. We're going to start off kind of with a bit of a meme from last time. Ladies and gentlemen, we have some information from Valve in regards to their Steam machine. Choo choo! Yep. So, this is coming from Windows Central, and I've looked into this, and it appears to be the truth. A reveal that could make or break Valve's return to the living room console fight before it even begins. Steam Machine is Valve's second attempt at entering the console space, with the original Steam Machine launching around a decade ago and failing in a big way. Which was something I wasn't aware of until I read this article.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I didn't really realise they'd actually tried that a decade ago. Otherwise, I'd have maybe paid attention. Valve did not walk away from the idea, and this time it feels like it might be cooking something more promising. Something that which we covered last time. The new Steam Machine runs a Steam OS, Valve's Linux-based operating system that delivers a console-like experience while still allowing users to install Windows if they prefer. Mm-hmm. Excitement has grown because of the success of Steam OS on Steam Deck and the rise of Linux gaming on Steam. Since its reveal, the biggest question has been the price. Valve has not confirmed it yet, but speculation is growing. Valve has dropped hints about what people should expect. Based on what has been said so far, expectations are starting to look uncertain. According to Valve, the price of the Steam Machine, choo-choo, will sit in line with what would cost to what it would cost to build a PC with similar performance. Estimates put that anywhere from around $700 up to nearly $1,000, which really feels unlikely to make an impact in the console market, especially in the current climate in the US. Another major factor is that Valve has confirmed it will not subsidize the price of the Steam Machine as it did with the Steam Deck. Traditional consoles can launch at a loss, as platform holders make money back through software sales, which is why consoles have usually been more accessible and why the Steam Deck arrived at a much friendlier price point. So, with it costing that high via estimations, but the thing is, it's like by the time they actually, because there's no actual notification on when we might even be seeing this, because with the price rise of everything and how much PCs can be, we could be looking at something even higher than that price by the time it actually comes out, if they're going by that.
Yeah.
So, as good as it is, it's going to be quite accessible, so I'm wondering how they're going to circumvent that.
Yeah.
Because it looks like they're throwing their eggs into this basket and then seeing what happens.
Mhm.
So it's ambitious, if that's going to be the price, to say the
Oh
least.
yeah.
With the Steam Machine, Valve has no intention of doing that, which means the hardware cost could be higher than many people are willing to pay for something new. That becomes even more of a concern when the system will not be able to play the biggest multiplayer games such as Call of Duty, Fortnite, or Minecraft. Yep. Yeah,
Yeah, so
we are talking about the Cube. News comes from YouTuber SkillUp, who asks Valve software engineer Pierre-Luc Graphius, apologies if I butchered the name, directly about pricing and whether Valve would subsidize the device, and Graphius replied with this. And this is a quote, folks, apparently. So, no, it's more in line with what you might expect from the current PC market. Obviously, our goal is for it to be a good deal at that level of performance, and then you have features that are actually really hard to build if you are making your own gaming PC from parts. Things like the small form factor, the noise level that we achieved, or lack thereof, is really impressive, and we are excited that people are going to find out how quiet this thing is. But also, some integration features like HDMI CEC, the Bluetooth and the wireless work that we've done. The 4 antennas, the very deliberate design, so that you can have a great experience with 4 Bluetooth controllers. So
Okay.
they've not really. So with that quote, basically, they're not really saying anything. That's kind
No, of course they ain't.
that's literally a very vague response, and that's dodging the question, if nothing else.
And not just that. Think about it this way, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can make a machine as quiet as possible, but for what about those that are so used to their machines being like, you know, a bit beefy
Yeah.
in terms of like, you know, how they sound? Like mine, for example, I could never have mine on quiet mode. I'm gonna tell you this right now, right? When I like one day when I get my like upgraded like machine,
Mm-hmm.
I'm turning off the silent mode.
Yeah. I
can't handle it with just silence.
This is the first like bit of information, obviously, that we've had in regards of what it probably won't be able to play. Obviously, the biggest multiplayer games, and
Yeah.
it's like, okay, that's fair. So, what then will it be able to actually play? So it's like that's kind of, they've had a bit of quite a hype over the past couple of weeks, and then obviously with this information now, it's like, is this going to be the slow slap in the face reality check?
Yeah.
Or is
probably.
there more actually or is there actually more to this than what is actually being spoke about?
Because it's literally like a small box, really, and they're trying to fit all this stuff into this like small thing.
And it's like being able to play a Call of Duty, not being able to play Call of Duty, Fortnite, and Minecraft. It's like, for Call of Duty and Minecraft, I get, considering the size, but Minecraft,
Yeah.
like, I imagine what might be the case is they might not be able to do it at launch. But because of reports that we covered before of the customization level that is possible with this, there may be a way. If you do it via base, it probably won't allow those. But if you do it with what they've said in terms of customization, then there's possibly a way to actually play those games on there.
Mm-hmm.
Because essentially what it is basically a PC console.
Yeah.
So, but it's got the customization ability of a PC, while possibly the accessibility and less stress of getting all the parts together of a console. So it's curious that we've had this after obviously 2 weeks ago. So it's like, I'm curious. It's going to be interesting to see, especially with the new year, because I doubt we'll hear much more of this, obviously until, say, March. Because they'll probably want to keep everything else hush-hush now, and then we'll actually continue working on it, and actually working on, like, what I think might be the best price and stuff like that.
Which, if you think about it, is actually quite smart, because, like, you know, that way it stops any competition from kind of like finding stuff out and copying and then saying, actually, no, we came up with it first.
Yeah,
Or,
the whole
you know,
patent
sort of
crap.
thing.
Yeah, yeah. It's just, it's gonna be interesting. Like, I'm still hyped to see how this works.
Oh, I'm still
And-
interested. I'm
and the
intrigued, but I wouldn't say I'm hyped about it.
And the fact that they literally dodged the answer in regards to the price means that it says one of two things to me. One, they really aren't sure what what the price is gonna be yet. They're actually focusing on actually just making the thing and making sure it works, which should be always the priority. And I get it. Obviously, the gaming community is obviously curious on the price on it. The price, honestly, especially with considering the gaming market at the minute, I don't think we should expect it to be the same price as a PS5.
No, definitely not.
Probably be a little. I expect it maybe to be a bit more, considering what it's going to be capable of. So
Yeah.
don't expect. Well, I'm not going to say that the PS5 is cheap because by all means it fucking ain't. Don't have your expectations set at console prices. If you have your expectations, say, to mid to high level PCs, have that expectation in regards to the price, and that might, and anywhere like in between that or a bit lower will probably be what we'll get.
Yeah.
So if it is cheaper than a high or mid level PC,
But we can speak about the specs though. I've got it up on the Steam page.
yeah,
Yeah, so the CPU is a semi-custom AMD Zen 4 6C/12T up to 4.8 gigahertz, 30 watts TDP. The graphics is a semi-custom AMD RDNA 328 CUS with a 2.45 gigahertz max sustained clock with 110 watts TDP. I don't know what TDP is, but you know, still cool. RAM 16 gig of DDR5 plus 8 gig of GDDR6 VRAM.
DDR Downsized Revolution.
Right. The power supply, which is an internal power supply with an AC power of 110 to 240 volts. Storage, 2 Steam Machine models, 512 NVMe SSD as well as a 2 terabyte NVMe SSD. Both models include a high-speed micro SD card slot. The connectivity of a Wi-Fi is 2x2 Wi-Fi 6E. Bluetooth is the Bluetooth 5.3 dedicated antenna. And then obviously the Steam controller as well, integrated 2.4 gigahertz Steam controller wireless adapter. Display ports as well, so you got DisplayPort 1.4 up to 4K at 240 Hz or 8K at 60 Hz. Supports HDR, FreeSync and daisy chaining. HDMI 2.0 up to 4K at 120 Hz, as well as again supports HDR, FreeSync and CEC. 2 USB-A 3.2 Gen 1 ports in the front, 2 USB-A 2.0 high-speed ports in the back, 1 USB-C 3.2 Gen 2 port in the back, as well as a gigabit Ethernet for the networking, LED strips, 17 individually addressable RGB LEDs for system status and customizability. The size total is 152 millimeters tall, which is about 148 millimeters without feet, and as well as 162.4 millimeters deep, 156 millimeters wide. It weighs 2.6 kilograms, and the operating system will be Steam OS 3 Arch-based and the desktop KDE Plasma. Some specifications are subject to change ahead of availability.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, those are the specs, folks.
You're welcome.
The article literally just goes on to continue how they feel in regards to the possible pricing. Obviously, in regards to the pricing, as I read out in the article, it seems kind of vague still. But if it is going to be that price, one of the things that they say is there's a possibility there's a chance of it falling into the same trap that the previous Steam machine, Choo Choo, fell into.
Choo choo.
Obviously, because of the price, obviously no one would actually pay for it when consoles were actually more accessible.
I think it's going to be... No, I'm not going to sit here and say it's going to be like a price of a PS5. It's obviously going to be a little bit bigger than that.
Yeah.
But I would definitely say probably in between a PS5 bundle deal.
Mm-hmm.
So between that and a mid-tier gaming system, which is still over £1,000 in itself.
Yeah. That's kind of why I said, love. If you keep it at that range of a ballpark, because it's still obviously chance for them to actually have it at a lower price, and also if you keep it within that ball range, then obviously if you have your expectations at that, then you probably won't be too disappointed if it's actually expensive, because you'll have actually had that thought process already. So
yeah.
But again, this is just our speculation. Obviously, any more news in regards to the Steam machine, choo-choo.
Choo-choo.
Obviously, we will cover... If they do reveal a price, obviously, we will cover it, naturally. Considering it might actually be something, well, that will actually throw a lot of the consoles on their heads.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because of what might actually be possible. So, it might actually... give them a bit of a well-needed stun gun up the arse.
Yes.
You know, I think that's kind of something they need at the minute. Bit of a shake-up. A little bit too comfortable in themselves in the minute.
Oh, I was going to say that kind of leads on to my article too.
Yep. Demo.
So this is also on Windows. This is also Windows Central. The title reads: Xbox President Sarah Bond discusses the future. Hardware is absolutely core to everything we do at Xbox. Our most valuable players love the hardware experience. I would like to beg to differ, my darling, because
I'm pretty sure it's the Game Pass that they appreciate more than the hardware experience, but...
And not just that, I'm pretty sure the amount of people that I've known to own an Xbox, myself with an Xbox 360 at one stage in my life, lucky enough without the red ring of death, unlike my little brother.
I got it too.
Yeah, I was lucky to not, but my younger half-brother did, and I had to fix it, not knowing what the fuck I was doing, and fixed it anyway, temporarily at that.
I think I owned about 6 360s over the time.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
But anyway, I digress. Now... It's a bit bold, in my opinion, that that's even being said to begin with, because even past the 360 gen for Xbox, I've heard nothing but issues, and this is coming from someone who experienced a lot of issues on the PlayStation 5 and the PS4.
I personally would say, in terms of things, their golden year was the 360, but, you know...
Yeah, no, 100%. So, with, that being said, to continue on with the article... Despite doubts about Xbox's future, Xbox President Sarah Bond isn't worried. She describes a future hardware platform that is both powerful and running all of your existing console games as well as PC games on top.
Yeah, you said that about the Xbox One, the Xbox Series as well. And it was then tested out by several people on some of your weaker games, so they were not running at the frames that you were claiming.
Mm-hmm. So. Exactly. Microsoft's Xbox brand is stressed, whether it's layoffs, price hikes, free-fall hardware declines, or a retreat from the community engagement. Xbox hasn't exactly been in a good place lately.
Retreat
the
from...
breakneck...
I'm sorry. Retreat from the community engagement.
From community engagement, yeah. Xbox hasn't exactly been in a good place lately. The breakneck pace of Xbox strategy changes post-pandemic have led to confusion and doubt about the platform's future, at most among its core audience. Microsoft has been speaking up about Xbox's future, but increasingly via mainstream media channels, eschewing its old strategy of engaging with the community directly. It paints a picture of Xbox becoming more business and shareholder orientated rather than community and consumer orientated, as it seeks to appease CFO Amy Hood's industry-defying profit margin demands.
You mean like it already is?
Yeah. As part of that effort, President Sarah Bond recently spoke to Fortune about her career, and offered some hints about the current trajectory of Xbox. When asked about what Xbox is really about in 2025, Sarah Spawn spoke primarily about access, but it wasn't reluctant to talk about hardware being core to the experience as well. Xbox, I'm gonna switch a voice for this for a moment. Xbox is really all about making it easy for people to access and play their games. We know what players care about, and so all of this innovation, all of the things that are happening in the industry, they are being harnessed to enable them more easily and more accessibly for customers than ever before. All of the things are potential disruptions if you look at it another way and say, hey, I want to actually keep with the status quo, but they're actually things that the player really wants. They're true unlocks. Sarah admitted that changing the status quo at Xbox has been hard as the firm shifts away from the hardware focus to multi-platform gaming. Xbox is a brand that people have counted on now for almost 25 years. We're coming up to the 25-year anniversary, and people who play Xbox love Xbox. No, they don't. Our players deeply care about what Xbox is because they want it to get better. It has a ton of meaning for them, and so changing it is hard. You know, there are some things coming in the future that you need to invest in to help ensure the long-term health and growth of the brand. But you also know that there are players out there who really love what Xbox is right now. They really don't. I don't know what land you're living in there, miss, but...
They love what it was, not what it's becoming, madam. You might want to want to re-look at that.
Yep. We relentlessly look at the core metrics of the health of the business and how many people are playing, what our hours of play are, what people are buying, and what people are subscribing to. Listening to both what people say and how they behave is how we continuously make changes, adjust, and learn along the way. I just want to put this out there. Didn't they acquire, Activision Blizzard for Call of Duty and shit?
Yep. To which,
why have they still not fixed their hackening program?
Because they wanted to then actually have better connection for those on the Xbox, and also have a more of a reason to actually have it on their Game Pass. To which it cost them, but by the way, to which it actually caused a loss of $300 million, by the way, for Black Ops 6.
Just for a copy and paste situation. Oh, sorry, did I bring out my opinion?
Oh, you mean like the past few Black Ops and Call of Duty games? Yeah,
copy and
out?
Paste in the maps and just HD them.
Yes, we have our opinions in regards to Call of Duty. It's not our thing, but the fact is they've not really changed the formula for years, and they're still charging everyone a fucking fortune for literally next to nothing.
What was that Call of Duty game with the exoskeletons and stuff like that? It wasn't Call of Duty Ghost, it was something else.
I don't know.
You know, the one that everybody hated because it was too different.
Modern, fuck.
I don't think it was Modern Warfare.
Infinite Warfare?
That's the one. I think that's the one. Yeah. I liked it because it was different. Because you didn't see the same old piss poor, boring old fucking maps, and you had actual mechanics that worked.
Didn't some of the mechanics they got called out for essentially ripping off a Titanfall?
Yep. But you know what? It was still different than the copy pasta shit.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? It'd be great if they gave us a new Titanfall game. Pretty sure people would appreciate that more, but anyway.
Yeah, but then they'll just be accused of copying Call of Duty at this point.
Everything gets called a copy in Call of Duty at this point.
Yeah, you got a point.
But anyway,
continuing on.
Yep.
Perhaps the biggest question mark over Xbox's future revolves around specifically whether or not the firm actually will continue to care about hardware. Of course they don't. They haven't for years. That's why it's been going downhill. Duh. Anyway, every quarter since the pandemic, Xbox has reported relentless hardware sales declines as stock availability sinks and marketing presence dries up. Prices have also gone up, and with Microsoft putting its game onto other platforms, so conventional wisdom would ask, why bother with first-party hardware, huh?
Yeah.
Sarah Bond says hardware is core to Xbox and that their most valuable players remain within the Xbox ecosystem.
Yeah, the reason why a lot of players still remain within the ecosystem is because they're being charged so fucking much for the Game Pass that they can't afford to go elsewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it feels like, based on obviously the recent price hike of it.
Oh yeah, like that lovely $22.99 being added onto my phone bill each month. Yep.
A third of a... Right, I can't stress this enough. A third of a year length of PlayStation Essential. The basic
Bear in mind
tier.
that is literally for like their highest tier as well.
Yeah, so work that out. And that's only for a month.
Yeah.
That's only for a month. A third of a price. How do you justify that?
I don't, but I'm sure my phone company does, because all I'm doing is technically borrowing the money from them and paying back the phone company.
As long as they're getting the money, as long as they're getting the money, I don't think they give a shit.
No, but at least technically, even though it's still technically coming out of my pocket, it's also not at the same time because I'm just paying back my phone company.
Yeah. But yeah, no, like, again, they can't claim that they care about hardware, and yet they claim that they care about the Xbox experience, and yet they are also allowing some of their biggest exclusives to now go onto other platforms.
Which, granted, I would say this, though, to play a bit of devil's advocate, PlayStation have also let some of their exclusives go on to PC too, as well as other platforms.
Oh yeah, yeah, like that. That's
we don't really have an issue with that side of things because it makes it more accessible to those that do not have the consoles.
Yeah.
That is not the issue in itself.
No, it's
However,
the barefaced
what
lies.
what we do have the issue with, me specifically in speaking in this sense, is the fact that at least when PlayStation hikes up the price every year, it's only by £1 or £2, not a goddamn fucking tenner.
Yeah, I stopped paying for Game Pass for obviously many financial reasons, which many people know. Because honestly, actually, we couldn't go one better. So what was it, like 20? How much was it, Damo?
Give me a second, I'll get the Xbox app up for you now.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure, right? I am pretty fucking sure that is pretty much almost the exact same price, almost close to the price of the Nintendo Online subscription.
Of course there's an update for the app. Well, fuck off, you can wait. My subscriptions, please.
Don't worry, folks. I know obviously I say this every time when we talk about Xbox stuff. Don't worry. I got some stuff I want to lay on in regards to PlayStation as well in a minute.
Oh yeah, that's fair. So currently for the Ultimate Edition of the PlayStation Xbox Game Pass, right? Ultimate. $22.99 per month. 400 plus games available, playable on PC, console, and more. New games on day one, stream at our best quality, Fortnite Crew, EA Play, and Ubisoft Classics, plus you get to earn 4 times the reward points. Now, I must say this, that sounds so good, no way! I'll go on to the Game Pass itself for the games, okay? Now, we go to the recently added, right? 44 games on the recently added. You've got Marvel Cosmic Invasion, Young Suns, which is the game preview, Kill It With Fire 2, Banisher's Ghost of New Eden, obviously the shitty Black Ops 7 cross-gen bundle, Clover Pit, Total Chaos, The Crew, Motorfest, which honestly is genuinely a dying game in my opinion, not the franchise in itself, and they need to just do something new at this point.
Alright.
Monsters Are Coming, Rockin' Road, Moonlighter 2, Fort Shite, Winterborough, Relic Hunters, Pigeon Simulator. That's the only one that's actually caught my eye, by the way. That and Banishers, but that's not the point. Pigeon Simulator. I want to shit on everybody's fucking car and say, yeah, Marcus, Xbox let me do this.
I've just booted up my Switch to check the actual price for just the basic year-long subscription.
Yep.
$17.99.
Yep.
Now, obviously, you don't get much. Obviously, you don't really get anything other than be able to actually play online. Obviously, which is why the price is so low of the online subscription. Which is why the expansion pass actually makes more sense, because then obviously you get access to the emulators.
Yeah.
Which is $34.99 a year.
And guess what? You get the emulators for that.
Yeah.
But we want to play something that was, say, an Xbox 360 exclusive. We ain't going to be able to, are we? Especially on fucking PC. Maybe if you added the actual emulators for the older gen consoles and stuff, you know, where we don't really exactly have that compatibility because, you know, you just want everything from everywhere on your own goddamn console, but not, you know, do the same back, which is a bit of a fucking rip-off in my opinion, genuinely speaking. You know,
Yeah.
some of these games, yeah, they may take a tickle to your own pickles, and that's completely fine, that's valid, that's your opinion. A lot of this isn't for me. Granted.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, like, even then, you go to the Zombie Uprising ones, and a lot of them, like, they come from EA themselves. Because it says EA Play on it, on the actual image in itself. And there's not a lot that's that great. You know, like, oh, picks for you here, League of Legends. Since when, like, right, I've picked up League of Legends once. Couldn't get past the end part of the fucking tutorial and gave up with it. What in your right mind would think, this person plays zombie games? This person plays, or played, Sims! Expedition 33, here, League of Legends. League of Legends is not my cup of tea. And I respect people if it's their cup of tea because that's what they want to play. I ain't gonna stop you playing what you fucking goddamn want. Why are you suggesting it for me? And Overwatch 2, really? 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 The amount of times I played that, how much trauma did I get from that chaos?
Enough.
Oh, and Oblivion. Remastered.
Oh.
Sorry, remake. Remake. It is a remake to me. I can't risk playing that. The amount of times that it crashes and stuff like that, I've not even heard if it's actually gotten any better with any of the updates for the performance. No, thank you. Because it's not optimized properly, especially through the goddamn Xbox app.
Yeah. So anyway, take it back. On track.
Yes. Well, I mean, technically, it's still technically on track, but it's not the point.
Yeah.
Like, bruh, do better.
Yeah, it's just they claim, obviously, like, I'm sorry, but you can't charge the price that you do for a month when there are other systems that literally charge, where you're literally coming close to what they charge for a year.
Yeah.
And it's like, and I know this is just my own personal opinion on this. It generally feels like that the Xbox Game Pass is a rental system. Because all they have to literally do is say, no, we don't want to have that game on the Game Pass anymore, and they just take it off and you no longer have access to it.
And
so
guess what? That's literally what they do. They're like, oh, this is coming off soon.
Yeah.
But you don't get to keep it.
So,
like, even if you have it installed, you don't get to play it after that.
yeah. Like, I get, like, obviously there's a fair few things we can easily say about PlayStation's practices. But at least with theirs, like, at least with when they take a game off, if you've actually played it and it was on the game and it was on the PlayStation Plus at Essential at one point, and you have it downloaded, as long as you have PlayStation Plus, you can still play the game. They've taken Deadpool off like 6 times or something like that, and I've still got it.
Oh, look at that. I still can't fucking play Assassin's Creed Shadows. I still have to buy it.
I mean, can you blame them on that one?
No.
I was going to say, can you blame them on that one, though?
Look, I've seen and heard good and bad things about the game. I have played every single Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah.
Okay? But they sit there and they say, oh, you know, Ubisoft exclusives. La 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 la. Yeah, this is technically a part of the Ubisoft's, like, you know, exclusive. Why is it not on the fucking Game Pass?
Yeah.
It's part of your Ubisoft brand, for goodness sake.
Yeah, again, like...
But hey, at least it's actually on the Xbox fucking app, though, this time. Like... You know? Like, I want to be able to play it. I just don't want to pay the money for it. Not if I'm paying $22.99.
Yeah, it in regards to things like, to basically put it sort of back on track, Xbox can't really claim that their priority is first-party hardware, when the future of the hardware itself seems more and more uncertain, considering a lot of the time now you look at an Xbox and you kind of say that's just a cheaper PC at this point.
Oh look, it's a mini fridge.
Oh, I just remember. Oh my god.
Next gen mini fridge coming out when?
Did that? Oh god, I remember.
Mini fridge 2.0.
I remember all the Mickey takes they used to do, like, of the new consoles. Like, there was the Xbox One, was it the bread basket?
Yeah. The PlayStation 5, when that initially was announced to come out, when the images got released for it. Look, it's the new Wi-Fi router. That's a bit big, isn't it?
Or the other one is Seto Kaiba's coat from Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
That's still my favourite one. Oh, I actually saw someone that actually made an attachment where, if you have it stood up, you can actually put they actually put like Seto Kaiba's head on it.
Yeah, fair.
You're fabulous, JR. But yeah, no, like it's clearly. It doesn't exactly take much to see that they are clearly leaning towards pleasing the shareholders and on the business side rather than the gaming side. It's not that difficult to actually see. I mean, granted, you could also say the same about Nintendo with their practices, as well as PlayStation with theirs, but not this egregious.
Yeah.
Like, theirs is subtle, give or take.
Uh-huh.
With Xbox, it feels very in your face, and they don't give a shit because they know there are going to be some people who will still want to actually buy their stuff.
Chaos, remember though, PlayStation copies them, but yet with the tier system that they've done, right?
Yeah.
They've literally copied PlayStation for this tier system.
Yeah, I question whether that was a good idea. I question it. JL, thank you very much for the follow and welcome to the Pizza Party. Hope you roll around with the rest of the nobles and have some fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I generally feel there's... Honestly, all three console companies have a lot to answer for, especially with this year.
Yeah, 100%. It's been a bit of a shit show, honestly, for a lot of companies.
Their practices have been very, very, very questionable. Mm-hmm. But then again, we've been questioning them for the past few years, so...
Mm-hmm. And she has more to say, by the way.
Oh, God.
So you ready for my voice? Yeah?
Mm-hmm. Go on.
Our hardware is absolutely core to everything that we do at Xbox because we know that our most valuable players, the people who love Xbox, love the hardware experience. That is why we are working on our next generation hardware. It's going to be a powerful experience and one that also enables people to take their library with them. What's important here is that while people want to play their library on console, they also want to be able to play it on PC or stream it through the cloud. The Xbox experience starts with the console, but then gives people something they can experience across all screens if they choose to, bringing their library to their community, their identity, and the store with them everywhere they go.
I'm just going to say this.
I want to just say this. Okay, one, the Xbox app has been out for God knows how long, okay? God knows how long. So we already, like, people already had that experience.
And take their games on the run while out on the move.
They've also been able to do that for quite some time.
Yeah, with the Steam Deck. With
I mean as in with actual Xbox.
Oh.
As in, you can literally basically use your phone. It's basically like PlayStation Remote Play, but for Xbox, but works a hell of a lot different. And I will say that is literally the only good thing about that aspect of it.
Just a heads up, the Xbox app came out on June 9th, 2019.
Well, there you go then. So it's been out for a while. It's been out for almost a decade.
It's been out for 6 years.
Mm-hmm. And then the article also goes on to state that, you know, they reported a while ago now that the next Xbox will essentially be a PC, complete with a compatibility layer for your existing console library of games. If Microsoft can execute this while also remaining affordable with console-like usability, it could potentially be amazing. And that's a big if.
Yeah. So, yeah, just
And
yeah,
basically, again, like with I think it's like the last little bit. Okay, yeah, no, the last little bit is saying, like, even says, with Xbox no longer having any form of unique selling point, Microsoft is hoping that its Play Anywhere approach can become its exclusive in a world where Halo itself is headed across the PlayStation. Xbox fans now no longer have anything strong or tangible to point to as a unique value proposition, and it's doubly true if they aren't interested in things like Xbox Cloud Gaming or Xbox Play Anywhere. Microsoft is betting that Xbox Cloud Gaming and Xbox PC can open up the platform to new gamers, growing its community horizontally rather than vertically. The problem, of course, is that Microsoft's growth there remains shrouded in mystery as it declines to share granular figures on its overall Xbox business health. All Microsoft offers really is hardware sale declines, which doesn't paint a pretty picture. That is savage.
yeah.
And to also, as well, to point out those of you that don't know about the Xbox Cloud Gaming side of things,
It's not that good.
especially if you actually play it via PC, you do need to have an Xbox controller,
Yep. And I'll say this: if you're in
which
the
not everyone has access to. So,
FYI, if you do play via the cloud, FYI, if you're in it dips even slightly, say goodbye to any quality.
yeah.
Basically, you'll be lucky if you even see at least 5 frames. Yeah. This is coming from my personal experience with the cloud. And bear in mind, I've had that experience both on PlayStation and Xbox, and that's why I don't think gaming consoles with the cloud does not work.
I gotta say, I love this. 13 days ago, yeah, someone commented underneath this article asking, what is Xbox? And answering, it's about making access easier is like asking, what time is it? And then answering, it's raining.
Jesus. Alright. So, I've got something that's still kind of related to Xbox on this one.
Of course, of course.
So, Dead by Daylight. I know we haven't had Dead by Daylight news for a while. Well, a few days ago, they released their 9.3.0 update. However, it was not available for the Xbox.
Yeah.
And they didn't have an ETA on when it would be available. A couple of days later, obviously, it was. However, it was available on PlayStation, PC, and the Switch. Now, this did spark quite a bit of a conversation across the board where people were asking, is this Xbox's way of saying we don't want Dead by Daylight on the Xbox?
But they have Dead by Daylight on the Xbox.
I'm talking about taking it off.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go on.
After looking into this, because I thought, alright, this is something that we do need to look into, because I know a few people who play Dead by Daylight on Xbox, and it's like, Kiwi being one of them. I feel that if that is going to be the case, I need to let people know that is actually going to be the case, so then anyone that actually plays Dead by Daylight a lot will need to then look for alternatives. Because that's not very good, if that is actually the case. Like, it's been on there for quite a while. Like, it's not good. But I've obviously looking through the on Twitter. I refuse to call it X at this point because everyone calls it fucking Twitter. Still, even news articles call it Twitter. So one person posted, so Switch players are going back to Nintendo jail, right? And they responded with, after successfully passing the certification process, the update will be releasing on Switch today along with most other platforms. So, it came out, and bear in mind this was on the 25th of November, that they announced obviously it was releasing a lot, and obviously the Xbox wouldn't be able to play it yet. So, people were expecting obviously the Switch not to be able to play it, but it's certification, which means that there was a certification issue on Xbox's end.
Oh no.
That's what that says to me.
Yeah.
Like, why is it that why did Xbox like fail on the certification? No information has actually been shared in regards of why that failed. But one question asked across the board, does this mean that Xbox is thinking about removing Dead by Daylight? I can confirm with information that I have found through various sources, because I had to make sure this was actually true. They have no intention of removing Dead by Daylight from the Xbox anytime soon, due to the player base on it. Because there is a massive player base on the Xbox for that game.
It wouldn't surprise me.
I know, but the fact is they have no intention of doing that. However, a few days later, literally a couple of days later, on the 27th, they announced that that it would be that the update would be there and crossplay would be re-enabled for players after they've updated the game to the latest version. So they were able to actually get it to work on the Xbox. So I only want to cover that because I knew some people were actually saying that they've been hearing stuff of Dead by Daylight coming off the Xbox. Yeah. I felt it was only right to actually let people know of the information I'd found in regards to that, to quell any rumours of that nature. Now, I know obviously that was a short one, but I do have one that's a bit more substantial, though. So obviously we've spoken about Xbox's faults in their integrity. Well, after looking into this appears to be the case. This is coming from a gaming Bible. And PlayStation Plus users bid farewell. Final month for free games for millions. Now, I saw that and immediately think, are they ending their free games thing? And, alright, so this is basically what the article says. PlayStation Plus has changed a lot over the years, considering how essential it's been for providing free games to subscribers. This upcoming change might be the most dramatic one for all. While you may have originally signed up for PlayStation Plus thanks to its exclusive discounts or online multiplayer access, it's the free games that have ended up becoming a core part of the service's identity. PS Plus users should be aware, however, because December 2025 will be the final month of free games for millions of gamers. As announced earlier this year, PlayStation Plus Essential will no longer be offering PS4 games as part of its free monthly titles, starting from January 2026. So, what that says to me is that there'll be more PS5 games that'll be on that. And to be honest, that's not surprising, them ending their whole PS4 thing, because they've been starting to, because games are starting to actually come off of the I know there's still stuff on the Xbox One, but with PlayStation, this has always been a thing. Like, I know for a fact that they did this with obviously the PS3 and obviously with PS4 now. I was wondering when they were going to start doing it, like stop having like PS4 made stuff and weaning stuff off their Plus list makes sense, because there are a lot of games now that have PS5 upgrade versions. Some obviously you have to pay, but a lot are generally free. So, is it sad the fact that it's actually going to be happening? Kinda, yeah.
Oh, the PlayStation Stars thing?
No, this is PlayStation Plus, not Stars.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Yeah. Stars, that was bullshit. The fact they ended that, because that was actually a good system. That was actually something good. And I still claim that Sony made a fucking mistake ending that. But yeah, for example, December 2025's offerings, including 5 games with the Outlast Trials and Neon White, including both PS4 and PS5 options. You hear that, Demo? Outlast Trials?
Yeah, you better fucking get it, boy. It's crossplay. You're gonna get that shit, and we're gonna fucking play it. Me, you, Ivy, Kai.
I know.
We're teaming up.
I will obviously do the. I will obviously boot up. Well, obviously when it becomes available, I will boot up the game. Obviously, providing it doesn't take up too much space.
It shouldn't do.
Yeah. I'm just giving them warning. And obviously I will get the initial. I'm giving the initial trial out the way.
Ivy's like, yeah, join my suffering.
Yeah, Ivy, that's the thing. If your stops actually wanting to work on PC, that means you got no excuse. You still have to play it anyway, because you'll be able to actually get it for free on PlayStation. So you got no excuse.
That tutorial was worse than the actual game. Yeah, 100%.
Proceeds to get through the tutorial without any problems.
Like, but this is the thing though, right? I got through it without any issues as well. And I just want to point this out in terms of Outlast trials. I'm not good at stealthy things, okay? Especially in games. I am terrible at it, okay?
Yeah. Anyway.
And I managed to do it.
Anyway, back to
this. And I got very confused.
Considering that the PS5 is now 5 years old, it feels like this was a long time coming. Anyone who wanted a PS5 properly has one by now. Granted, it's still a bit difficult for some. As Sony is doing this in a move to bring over more PS4 loyalists to the current gen platform. On the other hand, the PS4 sold 117 million units in its lifetime, compared to the PS5, which is currently sold just under 80 million. Well, considering the fact that for a while no one could actually get their hands on a PS5 due to scalpers, as well as a lack of materials in order to actually make the components for the PS5.
Which, granted, in terms of the material aspect, we do have to give credit where credit is due. It was during the pandemic as well.
That's why.
And it could not have been helped.
Yeah, that's
and
why.
I'm saying this more so to the people that are watching or will be watching, trying to come up with that excuse.
Yeah. Which was what I was actually going to bring that up. So you kind of jumped ahead of me on that one, Damo.
So,
but no, he is right, and I don't blame them for that. That literally, the pandemic was something no one could have anticipated, and there was no way to. Everyone had to literally change all their plans across the board. And when it came to actually the components and materials needed to make the stuff for the PS5, it was actually on the lower end of the priority list. Other stuff was actually being used for the materials that were actually of a higher priority, which is fair. So that's why for the longest time it was actually more difficult. Granted, the scalpers were bullshit to period, but that's just scalpers. They're cunts anyway.
Yeah.
Like, we hate scalpers, and if you do scalp that shit, fuck off. Like, you're not a good human being. Just fuck off. So, assuming that every single PS5 unit was a case of someone upgrading from a PS4, that's still almost 40 million PS4 users that don't have a PS5. Well, yeah, that's because they've probably gone either to Xbox or they've just said fuck it and either gone to a Switch or a PC. You know?
Yeah.
It's like they're not left out on the lurch. They're just doing other things because they couldn't either afford to get it or just decided to go elsewhere, which is a customer's prerogative, as it should be. Some PS4 fans are unhappy with the decision. As posted on the PS4 Reddit page when the changes were announced, users believe it's a form of artificial scarcity. There's no reason to remove these games. They should be preserved, not erased. Now, here's the thing. Now, here's something that I'm going to point out that the article said. PlayStation Plus Essential, which is the basic tier. All that means is they just won't be adding. They're not. This is where I think a lot of people are kind of missing what was said.
Yeah, like they're misinterpreting. Like,
yeah, and it's like it's not a case of they're stopping that. It's a case of they just won't be adding the PS4 games, the PS4 versions onto the essential tier. You can get them on the higher tiers still, just not the basic. Which, considering how old the PS4 is now, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
As obviously, because when you look at console lifespans, you can essentially say that we are essentially halfway through, give or take, the PlayStation 5's life cycle. Give or take. considering how everything actually goes, especially when it comes to console life cycles. So there's talk of the PS6, but there's nothing actually showing anything like that at this point in time. So it was
Still got some time yet, I believe, like until like we get the PS6 or any information about it.
Yeah,
To be honest, because probably they'll try to work on it and be all hush hush. Because remember when it came to the initial talk on the release of the PS5, compared to like whatever the fuck Xbox XYZ was, and then like you had all the Xbox fanboys and gals, and everything in between. Like that are all like, oh, see, look, they're copying Xbox, but it actually turned out to be the other way around.
Yeah.
And so they're probably doing this smart and being like, right, we have to keep this under lock and key now. Because if you think about it, and if you look at the specifications specifically, especially in the first versions of both the Xbox and PlayStation, it literally was the case of, they were the exact same.
Yeah.
Like, I remember having an argument with an ex-mate saying, oh, well, you should just get the new Xbox because it has a better fan system. And I'm just sat there like, look at the fucking specifications, you donut.
I love the memes that have come out of it. It's like, oh, where's that? Like, right, let's put on the PS4. Why is there an airplane overhead and it's literally just a PS4?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I miss my fucking jet engine.
It was kind of funny.
It really fucking was, because mine was the loudest out of everybody's at the time, and that was even with cleaning it every few months.
Yeah, but I think it's like when that's why people tend to go with a lot of PCs, because you can customize that shit,
Yeah, you have that customizability, whereas with consoles,
you can replace
the only
parts,
thing you can do. Yeah, exactly. With consoles, you can't exactly, you can still replace the parts, but they're just a lot more expensive because to a point, they are a lot more limited as well, which
because
basically in some aspects, ups the value of said component, and because of how fiddly they are.
Because they're specifically designed for that, whereas with PC has a lot more customizability because it's so versatile. It's so it's so unique, because I can guarantee no one PC is the same. Guarantee there's something inside of everyone's PC that is slightly different to everyone else's.
Yeah, no, 100%. Mine's got a shit ton of dust in it, and I need to clean it out.
But yeah,
and obviously I have the GPU sag, but I also have a Gengar that holds up my GPU, and I love it so much. I just get to look at my case and like, hi Gengar, how are you doing?
Funny thing is, I changed your avatar at the bottom of the screen to a Gengar.
Nice.
Anyway, so back to continuing with the comments. That's the only thing Xbox gets right is backwards compatibility, reads another. Well, PS5 has been out for a while. They should be focusing on the 5, reads a third comment. The fact they have been offering stuff from the 4 this long is surprising. Exactly. Reason why they were still offering stuff from the 4 was because not all the games actually had... Again, they're not... this is why I'm saying, some people need to maybe think and not anger type when it comes to stuff. And it's they need to do their research in regards to things, because from what I've read, it doesn't look like they're stopping PS4 games in general. They're just stopping it on the... they're just stopping them being on the PlayStation Plus Essential tier. So, they'll probably add stuff on the higher tiers still. There's nothing stopping them from doing that. They've been adding old school games on the PlayStation Plus thing for a while. There's been a rise of
PS1, PS2,
PS3, PSP, and the Vita. I've been seeing stuff from there as well. So it's
and it's taken them some time. And it's been a bit small here and there. But at the end of the day, they're doing it so they can focus on that. Because when the PS5 initially came out, a lot of the games didn't have, that PS4 to PS5 compatibility.
Yeah, it just seemed...
Not because of the PlayStation itself, but because the developers of those games did not think about doing that, or it was actually in the works at the time.
Yeah, and
you know,
COVID,
and it's like,
COVID shut it all down. That's why when the PS5 came out,
Exactly.
it was pointless to actually get a PS5 on its release because there was really nothing for it yet at the time.
Yeah, exactly, and its own little like individual issues that the PlayStation initially had.
Yeah.
Whereas with Xbox, yes, for a while they've had Xbox 360 to Xbox X and YZ, like
Yeah.
whatever, like sort of thing. Like
They just need to go through the
race.
fucking alphabet at this point.
You know what I mean? Like compatibility. Like for a while we get that, but
Yeah.
then at the same time, like they've got backwards compatibility, but they didn't for the PC. Like, well, they still don't
Well,
for a lot of the
techni-
games for
Well,
PC.
technically, it's not
Like they want to claim.
Well, the thing is, technically, it's not backwards compatibility.
No.
It's technically not, because it's still because a lot of the stuff is still through the Game Pass, so it's technically not. It's technically, well, I wouldn't say technically. It's sort of like an emulated version.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
it's through the cloud. Literally, no. Actually, no. You're right. It's literally through the cloud system.
well, some of them are and some of them aren't.
A few of them were like they would have set disc, but then something went wrong with that because I know a lot of people that played on Xbox like were really hyped up for that like backwards compatibility when that initially came out and was like a thing, like properly and officially. And they're like, oh, I still have my old discs for Xbox Original and Xbox 360
and then they came out,
stuff like
and
that,
then
and then it comes out and it just didn't work.
Yeah, they basically then had to put out a list of games that will work and won't work.
Yeah.
Which is like, it... In regards to, like, I know it sounds like we're on the PlayStation bandwagon more than Xbox. I have to specify this every single time. We give both their props when they actually deserve it.
Yeah.
It's just that, unfortunately, Xbox have been very... in regards to their actions.
I remember.
Over the past few years. PlayStation, obviously, we crucify them when they need it. Same as Nintendo.
And we have watched back on the VODs or YouTube, go through the goddamn bloody playlist and watch all of them and see.
Yeah.
Like, we do it with both of them. We even done it with Nintendo. We've done it for fucking PC, my guy.
Yeah. Like, Christ, like, it was
And
only...
the fridge!
Christ, like, it was only like a few weeks ago that we were actually criticising Nintendo's fucking lawsuit on Power World and literally laughing at them. Basically, the whole patent system may actually be falling through on them.
We've also had a dig at fucking Microsoft in itself. Like, Microsoft specifically, not the Xbox side. Microsoft. Steam. Epic.
Yeah.
Not so much GOG, because they've been doing some really good shit. But that's not the point.
They've kept their head
Like,
down to make sure it works.
Yeah, well, questionable for the Silent Hill game I was initially going to do a thing with. That did not follow through because they fucked up somewhere.
As I said, tried.
But, yeah, exactly, tried. You know, we've also had discussions about how the fact on some fridges, because of the smart screen aspect, you can play a fucking video game. And we reamed into it, but we also went through the, you know, the pros and the cons of that.
Questions,
The same with
Bethesda.
individual-
Let's not get onto
exactly.
that one. We'll be here for we'll be here for another fortnight.
Yeah, I know, right? You know, even individual development companies as well. As much as I hate fucking talking about it, the acquisition bullshit. So before anybody sits there and goes, "Oh, you two are just basically like PlayStation fanboys," blah, 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 blah. Guess what, bitch? I don't have a PlayStation 5 anymore. I have a fucking PC and a Nintendo Switch.
Yeah. I'm on the fence. I've always one of the things I always try to do is I keep a fair and open mind. If Xbox did something good next week and we had the info and they spoke about it and it was actually really good, we'd praise them to the high hills for it because it's actually a good call. The same as like if Nintendo actually literally they decided to back out from suing Power World anymore, we'd actually praise them for actually finally seeing truth and actually say well done to Pocket Pair for actually winning that fight. It may seem it may seem like, especially when it comes to a lot of the news, it's always jumping on the big guy that is Microsoft.
To be fair,
But-
Microsoft fucks up a lot. Like, just
But the
saying,
thing is,
like,
it's
you
like-
have no idea. Like,
When you literally go around and try to be the Monopoly man
yeah.
and buy everything, and then you then shut down loads of people, even when they succeed under your purview, you're not exactly going to paint yourself in the best of light. I'm talking about what they did with Hi-Fi Rush. I think that was bullshit. The fact they won an award and they still shut it down. Thankfully, someone else actually jumped in to save them, to which they have now actually continued production on stuff for Hi-Fi Rush.
Nice. I didn't actually know that.
Yes.
Congrats to them.
yeah.
Nice.
So, literally, the community literally called them out, and I did even speak about it. It was one of my many rants. To which
I remember you ranting about it.
Yeah.
I remember that, but I didn't know that, like, you know, somebody picked him up and went, here,
Yep.
will be your saving grace. Good job on winning that award. Continue doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Happy to hear about that.
Yeah.
But also, as well, I just want to make it a very big, valid fucking point. Xbox would not exist if it weren't for a very salty man.
Yeah, because what was the reason for the Xbox actually being created in the first place?
Didn't like the fact that PlayStation was a thing.
The fact that Sony was literally everywhere. The fact that Sony Tech was literally everywhere.
Yeah.
That was their reason.
Yeah, because of a very salty man.
Yeah.
Who, for some reason, held a grudge against someone who made a fucking PlayStation because it went viral.
Yeah. And I will admit, Xbox being on the scene has actually given PlayStation and Nintendo,
A bit of a healthy competition.
yeah, which I'll say this, healthy competition, especially in this day and age, is actually some form of necessity. Now, in regards to the game wars and console wars, the console war thing is bullshit. We're not talking about that.
No.
Now, in regards of games actually now being multi-platform, it's something that a lot of people have kind of wondered about for a while. Like, and it's depending on the people who like are behind the scenes. Now, obviously, with one of the big things for Xbox, Halo, coming over to PlayStation, one thing that I don't think a lot of people, they're only focusing on the fact that Halo and Gears of War and stuff are going to be on PlayStation. I think they're forgetting the fact that with Halo 1, Combat Evolved, coming over to PlayStation, it has no online multiplayer. The only multiplayer is for the story. That's the thing.
Yeah. So you have just reminded me about that. I need to let my sister from another mister know about the Halo stuff, because I'm pretty sure she enjoyed it at one point.
Yeah. So, I did say, I think it was either last time or the time before,
Yeah.
when obviously heard about this. I did say it might be a case of they are trying with the story mode multiplayer first, and then when because I imagine they'll do Halo 2, which some people would say is better. Where they'll then actually do the online multiplayer then, so they can actually make sure that it works. Now it's only going to be in a completely brand new system rather than what it has been. So, yeah, that's kind of...
Sorry, I just felt like I had to put my foot down, like,
No.
in terms of, like, the shit that, you know, I say it is kind of mostly you, because, you know, it goes on your YouTube channel.
Yeah. Thankfully...
But, like, as a collective, it obviously technically counts for both of us. But that's what I mean. Like, we've said time and time again that we don't genuinely, like, you know, gush over one console or machine over the other. And I just had to put my foot down for that, because at the end of the day, like... And this is coming from me, so it's going to be a bit controversial here for a moment, coming out of my mouth,
So what
right?
you want to say?
You're arguing over a piece of goddamn fucking metal and plastic.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah. And the reason why I know it seems like I'm regurgitating a lot of what I say in regards of that statement, it's solely to basically cover myself, because I know obviously if we become massive and and obviously loads of people then start watching this shit, I just want people to make sure that they are aware that we are taking a very neutral stance in all of this, and we're trying to be as objective as we can be.
Yeah.
That's all. And
I'm sorry, Jay.
Yeah,
I had to say it because it is. My powerful is powerful. My PC is quite fucking powerful still. I've had it for years, despite the issues I've had with it. You know, but it's neither here nor there.
Yeah, it's just I feel every time obviously we can't cover console news, I just feel like, cause especially considering with how people can be on the internet, I feel we need to at least cover ourselves, even though we shouldn't have to. Considering how people can try and take stuff out of context, it's always better to make sure that there is context available.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Because that's also one of the reasons why we're doing this as well, so that there's actual context.
Yeah.
So then people are actually aware. Because not everyone goes around looking for the information. And it's not always readily available. Not. And we also find some hidden gems as well when we do our stuff as well.
Yeah. And I get to give my review of fucking Where Winds Meet and all, considering I've been playing the last few days non-stop.
Oh, yeah.
Literally, I go on MU, and I'm straight on fucking Where Winds Meet for the rest of the day.
Yeah,
Up until it comes to, like, stream, or just till I go to bed.
Yeah.
You know, and then I come off Where Winds Meet, go back on MU, do my guild boss shit, and the after guild boss shit. You know, make sure everyone's alright. Fuck off, and go back on Where Winds Meet again.
Oh, Jesus. Alright, so, Damo, you got another article? Because that was the end of mine.
I've still got 2 more after this one.
Alright. I think considering we've gone... I've got a few, but I'm not sure on, so...
Alright, well, what I'll do is I'll do this one... well, actually, like... I'm going to do the 3 of them because the last one is going to go into my review, so...
Alright.
Yeah, so this one is on gamingbolt.com. It's to do with Silent Hill Townfall. Silent Hill Townfall launches March 26, 2016, per recently pulled retailer listing. Liverpool, Mexico may have accidentally revealed the horror title's release date, perhaps before an imminent announcement. Whether you're a fan of Konami's psychological horror series, you have to admit that Silent Hill has never felt more back than in the previous year. Silent Hill 2 remake and its over 2.5 million shipments and digital downloads, Silent Hill F selling over 1 million at a faster rate, Silent Hill 1 remake in development, and it seems that 2026 will kick off with another new entry. Retailer site Liverpool, Mexico listed Screen Burn Silent Hill Townfall for March 26, 2026. The number of retail leaks from the site isn't extensive, but the fact that the listing has since been pulled lends some credence. There's also the fact that Xbox is hosting a new partner preview event on November 20th, which is obviously gone now. We're like, you know, hey, we're like 10 days out from that. I understand, but still we get these articles beforehand, or I at least attempt to, but 9 times out of 10 it's always the day before. Thank you for the like, Fantosh. Anyway, where Silent Hill 2 remake could be announced for Xbox Series XS and allegedly launched the next day. Whether it has or not, I don't know. I can't tell you because I haven't looked, and I'm not about to open up that bloody Xbox app again, just saying. Is it too far-fetched to assume that Konami and Annapurna Interactive could drop a new trailer for Townfall, even if it wasn't at the partner preview? Hello, the Game Awards. Given that it's been over 3 years since its announcement, you have to admit the new details are actually quite overdue, which honestly I do have to agree with. It is quite overdue, to be honest, because we don't really have much on it.
Yeah. I think we've not had much on it because they've been focusing on Silent Hill F.
Yeah.
And considering that's only literally just come out as well, I think if they were to actually start saying stuff about it now, I think they'd be worried about it taken away from Silent Hill F. And that. So it makes sense why we've not heard anything.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I wasn't expecting a Silent Hill F until literally it was revealed like a few months ago.
I know, right? But it's also as well, like, the fact is I'm kind of looking forward to it in the same sense, you know? And the fact is well, it got prematurely, like, kind of, you know, the release date. Just as bad as a game, in my opinion.
By the way, tune in tomorrow at 7 PM to see some of Damo's playthrough of Silent Hill F.
Yes, and watch the confusion just go across my face.
Or if you want to tune in on my end and hear that shit happen while I'm playing a different game.
Yeah, because I've already forgotten half the controls.
To which Ven will have to no doubt remind you again.
Probably. It's gonna
You should
be
have like a
kinda
sticky note
replica.
with basically just like the information just on like your.
I probably should, but then I'll end up complaining because it'll be taking up like some screen space because I need to see that corner just in case.
Down B, says Jay.
Yeah, I am that bad.
Yo, yeah. If anyone's actually here that's actually watching this in the VC with Kai, tell him to bring Damo some sticky notes so that Damo can actually start writing stuff down to make it easier for remembering certain controls.
For fuck's sake.
Can't trust you to do it, because you'll forget.
Yeah, I get it. And that was like a really short article, just to let you know that was literally that was like information was provided on that article.
Alright,
So.
that's fair. Now, I've got one that I know quite a few people are definitely happy with this particular game. So, this is coming from GamesRadar.com. Despite the JRPG love letter dominating award shows, Claire Obscure Expedition 33 creative lead insists the game was not supposed to be big. Yes, because it looks like Claire Obscure Expedition 33 is actually going to be dominating even more award shows, especially with the Game Awards coming up, as well as the Stream Awards coming up, with it actually being in there for a couple of nominations as well. So here's hoping that they actually dominates its categories in even more.
Hell yeah!
Granted, I haven't played it, but I've seen enough gameplay of other people
Escape.
to actually say I hope it dominates, because it is actually a fantastic game. Also,
really
I do have to
fucking
show
is.
you Mouse's cover of the song.
You do.
Alright, so Claire Obscure Expedition 33 creative director Guillaume Broche, apologies for the butchering of your name, says his hit JRPG was never supposed to be big, so its immense success at the Golden Joystick Awards has come as quite a shock. Yes, absolutely fucking dominated at the Golden Joysticks.
Hell
It
fucking
took
yeah.
7 awards at the Golden Joysticks,
I am very proud.
and including the coveted Ultimate Game of the Year awards.
Yeah, let's go!
So yeah, even at the joysticks, it's taking it. And honestly, that's fucking massive for me. I think that's
yeah,
great.
that's huge. That's fucking huge.
Yep. Speaking to Radio Times Gaming after the show was over, Broche reflects on the journey that Sandfall Interactive's game has been on since launch. And this is a quote. People don't really realize that now it's become big. Before the launch, it was not supposed to be big. He begins. I think we all felt the same things. Like, it's going to be cool. It's not going to be big. It's going to be cool. And with RPGs as well, especially in an age where there's so many multiplayer games that seem to win all these awards and shit like that, or have like massive budgets that take it. Obviously, Baldur's Gate 3 obviously being one of the things that stands out as an exception to that rule. Fuck you, AAA title studios that think that you can win that shit. He continues, noting it's a weird feeling when you put your heart out into the world and the world embraces it and gives you so much love back. Adding that we got so much love from the players via their messages and fan art. It's so touching and incredible that it's very hard to explain, but we are shell-shocked. Verso actor Ben Starr adds to this. People, I think, maybe at the end of 2025 are going to forget that this game is a small game. It was never intended to be as big as it is. It's turned into this kind of cultural phenomenon. But that's just because the game is very honest, I think, and a lot of people have bought into it. I'm just going to take a step out of the article and actually say, I don't think it would be an understatement or an overstatement to actually say that it definitely has a very, very, very dedicated cult following. It is very cult-like, but that's for a good reason. The game is absolutely fantastic. It ticks all the boxes that a lot of people have been waiting for. A lot of RPGs. Like, it tickles that itch that a lot of gamers have been aching for. A single player game that just says fuck you. and it's got no controversy going on behind the scenes either. You know?
Yeah.
We haven't had shit like that in years, you know? Well, obviously since Baldur's Gate. And I want to see more titles like this. Actually just honest, hard-working people actually making honest, hard-working games that actually are amazing. That's why we're seeing so many more of these titles actually just completely dominating award shows to prove that they are as good as they should be. Benstar adds, I don't think anyone expected this because it's a small game and it's become this thing because the people who've played it really appreciated it. Seeing the word of mouth was wild. Seeing more and more people play it and want to play it. No one expected those numbers. And we've all just been messaging each other thinking, well, this is just silly. This is just silly now. Everyone's just stop. It's a silly joke, but yeah, it's been very cool. Doesn't seem likely that Clair Obscur Expedition 33's winning streak is going to slow down anytime soon either. It's been nominated for 12 awards across 10 categories at the Game Awards for this year, becoming the most nominated game in the show's history. We'll just have to wait to see how many it actually manages to take home. Now, to my knowledge, the actual award show, the Game Awards show, actually takes place on either the 10th or the 11th of December, I believe.
Yeah.
So by the time obviously we come back for the next episode, we will have hopefully the results, and yeah, I'll see if I can grab all the like the info on the winners and stuff. And yeah, hopefully a lot of those winners will literally be Clair Obscur. Because honestly, I can easily see that winning.
Yeah.
I can see it literally dominating. As it very much well should. Like, it's very rare that you see a certain game literally just hold its position as possible game of the year for literally nearly the entire year. It's very rare to see that. And the past few years, I think we've been very fortunate with massive games that weren't meant to be as massive as they've become. With obviously Baldur's Gate 3 and now Clair Obscur.
Yep.
I know it's probably big for me to actually talk about Baldur's Gate, considering I've not actually done a full playthrough of it yet, but doesn't mean I can't appreciate a really good game.
Exactly. I mean, you've seen me play it like God knows how many times.
Yeah. Alright. Do you want me to do my next article and then you do yours for your review?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
So, this is coming from VideoGamesChronicle.com. And obviously, you guys know I'm a massive fan of Digimon. It's no surprise, obviously, how much I've enjoyed Time Stranger. Well, Digimon Time Stranger producer says he hopes that it shows players the difference between Digimon and Pokemon. Comparisons are understandable and even expected. The producer of Digimon Time Stranger says he hopes the game will help highlight the differences between Digimon and Pokemon. I mean, there's massive differences already. In an interview with MCV / Develop, Ryusuke Hara was asked if he wished the constant comparisons between Digimon and Pokemon would go away. Hara replied that while such comparisons are only natural, his hope is that Digimon Time Stranger, which was released in October, will show that the two IPs are unique.
Yeah.
There are certainly similarities when it comes to the monster collection aspect, and it's true that many players enjoy both franchises. Hello. He explained, so in that sense, comparisons are understandable and even expected. However, as you pointed out, Digimon and Pokemon are fundamentally different in their core concepts and appeal. Each has its own strengths. We believe that these differences will naturally be apparent as players experience this title. I mean, it should be apparent considering the amount of people that have actually been playing Time Stranger, and that is literally their first Digimon game. And I've seen, as a result, people have actually been jumping on to Cyber Sleuth as a result. Our hope is that this game serves as an opportunity for more people to discover and appreciate what makes Digimon distinct. Hara added that one of the main ways the game helps to explain this difference is by widening its reach in an attempt to appeal to newcomers rather than existing Digimon fans, by making the protagonist a secret agent who doesn't know what Digimon are. I mean, you've done that with the last two Digimon games, but that's beside the point. Simply delving into the appeal of powerful Digimon like the Olympus 12 would only resonate with the existing Digimon fans, so we made sure to introduce several mysteries at the beginning of the narrative, designed to spark curiosity and encourage all players to move forward with interest. As the story progresses into the middle chapters, we gradually explain what Digimon are and how they fit into the world, aiming to build a natural sense of intrigue and engagement. Regarding the digital world, we intentionally avoided sending players there right from the start. Instead, we allow them to explore the real world for a while at first, which helps enhance the overall sense of immersion when they eventually transition to the digital world. And yeah, that's basically it. Obviously, they didn't talk about how it literally hit a very high score across a lot of the board. Now, I've obviously been a massive Digimon fan, as stated at the beginning of this, for a while, and I generally feel people need to stop saying that Digimon is a Pokemon ripoff, because it's not. Pokemon are living beings, whereas Digimon are digital beings, hence the term digital monsters. And yeah, obviously there are going to be some comparisons made. However, I think you'll find that a lot more people have actually been enjoying Digimon Time Stranger than they have Legends ZA. Because for a lot of people, because people have been getting sick and tired of how Pokemon is, where Digimon has, unfortunately, not as many games over here in the West. There's even a trading card game which you don't see much of over here. And I've been also seeing a rise in people getting the Digivices, like the the Tamagotchi Digivices.
Yeah.
I've been seeing a rise of that also appearing. And it's like, Digimon's always been a fun series for me, whether it's the show or the games. And I want more people to experience them, so they can actually understand. Not to put Pokemon in the shadow or anything. I just want them to actually understand that Digimon deserves its credentials and credibilities, especially over here in the West.
Yeah.
It deserves more respect than what it has had, and I feel that Time Stranger has actually done it justice. And obviously at some point you'll be seeing me probably do a run on there on the higher difficulty as well, just because I want to flex on my hard work on the teams I've built. Because, I'm Mr. Overlevel.
Yes, you are.
Alright, Demo?
Yes, so I decided not to go for the other second one, so it's just going to be the Where Winds Meet article. It's all good, and in my review.
Yep.
So it's on PCGamesN.com. Where Winds Meet, players are tricking AI-powered NPCs into giving them rewards by using the solid snake net method.
Yep.
Yeah. You can game Where Winds Meet's AI chatbot NPCs by simply telling them what they want to hear, and players are abusing this power. Now, I accidentally did that because I had one NPC the other night, that, so bear in mind, I was very new to, I'm still very new to the game, obviously. I've been playing it for, the last fucking few days. And basically, I had this NPC going, I'm stuck between this outfit and that outfit. I was like, okay, well, why not go for this outfit then? Or maybe why not get both? Fuck it, why not? And they're like, but I can't afford both. I was like, okay, we'll go for this one, and I think it'd look really good on you. Sort of thing. He was like, oh, yeah, no, you've got a point. And then introduce another outfit. I was like, no, keep with this one. Just because I've got, an idea. This is how you want to, do this. I'm not fucking stupid. Sort of thing. And yeah, I ended up basically getting a really good relationship with said NPC for that. It's every week I now get my reward. It's oh yeah, no, I'll just take that, thanks, sort of thing. Anyway, to get on with the article, if you want to know how Where Winds Meet developer Everstone Studio can create such an expansive world and give it away to players for free, look at where the money's coming from. The publisher of NetEase is well versed in live service trappings, albeit its fare doesn't usually make our list of the best open world games. Then there's monetization, which is more similar to buying Fortnite skins than the big upfront cost of a traditional RPG. And finally, some corners have been cut during development, most noticeably with the NPCs who appear more like AI chatbots than real people. It's no surprise that players have quickly turned this to their advantage. The AI chatbot NPC sparked concern almost immediately, to the point where I was initially worried that the discourse would distract from the things that Where Winds Meet actually does well. However, as with all sprawling games of this nature, players have started making their own fun.
Yep.
A chatbot NPC may give you a quest to hide some treasure or return to them once you've got more experience. In exchange, they will become friendly towards you and send occasional gifts. If you want to maximize the presents under your Christmas tree, you need to start finishing some of these side quests. But if you can't really be bothered tracking down a missing item or becoming wise to the ways of the world, there are a few ways that you can trick these chatbots into believing that you've met their demands, thereby accepting their praise and gifts without putting in the work. The first method is embodying a certain Hideo Kojima protagonist. The Solid Snake method of conversation has taken on meme status in recent years, as players noticed and Metal Gear Icon simply repeated the last few words of anything anyone said to him as a question. Was discovered by Hackix on Reddit. You can do the same to the NPCs in Where Winds Meet. If somebody asks you to say, find me a buried treasure chest, you respond by saying the buried treasure chest, and so on. Eventually, NPCs get so confused that they express their gratitude at the end of the conversation. Whether that's due to confusion or exasperation is unclear, but the effect is the same. Other players have had similar success with a different approach. Note that NPCs use brackets to denote their actions. Turns out you can do that too. On the same Reddit thread, players noted success by simply informing NPCs that they've fulfilled their wishes via parentheses, whether you're commanding someone to tell you the answer to a riddle, or in one player's case, giving them a cat just to see what they do. Adding actions that you haven't actually done in brackets is certainly a way to fool the AI into thinking you succeeded in whatever task it has set. Whether or not you agree with this chatbot approach to NPC dialogue, personally, I prefer a more human touch. There's no denying that this is funny. Trust games to have ingenuity to come up with a scheme like this, and it's all in favor of getting a few more gifts. Which, honestly, I'm gonna now have to try the Solid Snake method for sure, and go around talking to every single goddamn NPC that I can that it will allow me to do said stuff. Because that sounds fucking fun.
Now.
Yes, and now for my review.
Yep.
And I miss you. Sorry. That's the song that's just come on.
Jesus.
Yes. Wait. They are confusing AI to push NPC conversations. No, so, okay, basically what they're doing is that people are using the Solid Snake method in terms of the in-game NPC system, which is basically in brackets. It'll say what they're doing, and then you just basically do the same back, or just keep on going and going and going until the game just goes, fuck off, here, have this, whatever, sort of situation.
Essentially, people have found a cheeky method.
Yeah, which will
they're
probably
not using
be patched
AI,
out.
they're using a cheeky method.
Yeah, the AI itself is the NPCs in the game.
Yeah.
They actually respond to you.
Yeah.
Like Chat AI, for example, would.
Now,
just not as risque, shall we say.
I will obviously add a bit of context on this, because obviously you and I in past have actually criticised the way that AI has been used to some extent in regards to things. In regards of how they use the AI, it's basically like ChatGPT, so to speak. So the actual vocal conversation that you have with NPCs, that isn't AI. It's you get a little chat box that you would sometimes find other players' messages to you. That is where you have a conversation with the the NPC, and depending on your responses, you'll then get a different response in kind. Like I was having a conversation with one because I wanted to test this out, and I then responded with an emo of a smiley face. They then responded saying, "What is that? I don't understand what that is." So
That's your treasure.
so it's not a case of in the game where wins me. Yeah. It's basically an optional conversation thing that you can have with a thing that you can
NPCs.
have with NPCs that you can talk to NPCs vocally that literally will speak to you, even they'll talk to you like with just a regular text box that you get in any other game. Or there will be some where they'll actually require some form of conversation like that. So that AI bit is actually literally, unless you know to look for it, you wouldn't actually know about.
Mm-hmm.
Just wanted to clarify that.
Yeah.
So,
All right, calm down. Fucking hell, Odin.
Don't worry, Odin. We're almost done.
Yeah, we're almost done. You can get all your attention then. How about that?
Yeah. Once demo's done, I got one more thing. Yeah.
Fucking weirdo. Anyway, so yeah, I've been really enjoying the game. My favourite bit is I didn't even know it was actually even a part of fucking sect quest line was to heal a fucking goose.
Wait, you healed a goose?
I did not. I failed.
Oh.
But I kept chucking it in the water. To get it to get the fuck away from me, and then it called all of its buddies because it was like this massive fat ass goose, right? And it called on all its buddies, so I had to try and run away, and it killed me so many times that I came up with that quest. But the fact is, you can actually fucking heal a goose, and if you fail, you have to fight the goose. But the thing is, the goose in this game are the most overpowering motherfucking twats on the fucking planet.
They really fucking are. I had to fight a goose. It almost killed me several fucking times. It's like,
Yeah.
why don't you have your own boss arena, you little shit?
Yeah.
I hope they do that as a little joke.
I really hope they do.
Give its own little boss cutscene.
Yeah, I would love that. And you can also have a goose mount.
No.
Which
no.
I want.
Oh no. Hey yo, Neil Newborn.
Neil Newland, yeah.
Quick question. You know obviously the meme of the whole Goostarian. Can we have Goostarian as a boss in Where Winds
You know
Meet?
what you know what I'm gonna do for the fucking AI?
What?
Is ask if they know what Goostarian is and teach it Goostarian.
Oh no. No, could you imagine though, we get Goostarian voiced by Neil Newborn as a boss.
Neil Newborn, please, honey. Like, sorry if it's out of turn calling you honey. But please, hun, like, speak to NetEase and just get a little Goostarian, like, just ask him to do a Goostarian, please. Like, you will have the entire fan base behind you.
Watch Beth jump on the game.
I may need to, not that he'll ever respond, but I may need to at him on fucking Twitter.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. Continue with your review.
Um,
Alright, I'll ask you a couple of questions in regards to if this will help.
okay.
If it'll help so that you can actually put out information
Words?
so people understand. So, how would you feel the game is for new players?
A bit confusing at first because it doesn't always tell you exactly what you need to do. And I've got it on story mode as well, bear in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Like, healing the goose, for example, I stumbled upon by accident. Because with me, I get, side quest, like, sort of, you know, a lot with games. This is random, let's look at this. A lot of the stuff I've actually found in the game, I found before I was actually meant to initially do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so, like, for example, the world boss that I'd found before you even knew about it, that we had done.
Yeah, the Puppet Master.
I tried, when I've reached level 2, I saw that it was level 2. I was like, yeah, fuck it, let's go and fight it, and I almost managed to kill it.
Yeah.
But I did not. I kept dying and left it alone.
I think they increase the difficulty depending on the amount of players you have.
They do. No, because I'm in solo mode, so it increases the difficulty as you increase. So if you go back to the beginning area, nothing is really like, it'll be like a couple levels below you, like at most. But other than that, they do try and raise it so the level is up with you, at least to my knowledge.
I know you can revert back to lower levels, to lower world levels, and I assume, like with what we had with Genshin, like you could revert it to a lower level, but in turn your level will then drop. Obviously, to that as well. But then if you take it up a higher level, then you should retain your levels that you were at that time.
Yeah.
Which makes
do you prefer games that give you directions, or do you prefer old school style, get thrown in and figure out what you need? I'm a little bit both. Like, as long as I'm given the basic direction of what I need to do, then I'm fine. But I'm also not really opposed to trying to figure out on my own.
I would say...
Because I end up skipping the tutorial a lot of the time anyway, which is completely my own doing.
Yeah. I would say, for the most part, and I think I'll speak for you as well, it depends on how they do it. Because there can be games that give you general directions, and then you then work out or then do your own adventure. But there can also be games that literally hold your hand too much. Or there could be games that literally don't tell you anything and you get thrown in the middle of it.
Dark Souls.
And you then can't do anything because you've stumbled in an area and you get essentially soft locked.
Yeah, basically. So, like, for example, in terms of game-wise, like, just out of the ones that I've played, I would definitely say not Dark Souls level, get thrown in the deep end and figure it the fuck out.
It's an in-between, isn't it?
It has to be an in-between, like, sort of situation for me, but I also do not, and I cannot stress this enough, devs out there, if you are listening to this, this is not a massive criticism to state otherwise in that you shouldn't do it. We're not going to stop you doing what you want to do in terms of how you build your game, and that is completely fair. Try and find a middle ground. Do not overload me with tutorials, okay? Because it gets very overwhelming, and it does put me off the game.
Yeah.
Like, genuinely speaking, like, if you force a tutorial, like, for example, Snowbreak, right? The one thing that really pissed me off about having to start again, because obviously I downloaded the Steam version so I could use my Steam gift card to get the Battle Pass on it. I don't even think Dark Souls is that thrown in. I had fun with it. Go human in Dark Souls 3 and tell me you did not rage quit within 10 minutes like I did.
Well, to be fair, those types of games aren't your thing anyway, Damo, so...
No, but, like, that isn't, like, I didn't even, like, pick that. One of my, like, ex-mates did at the time. Said, oh, yeah, it's all good, it's all la la la, like, sort of situation. But, Snowbreak, I had to start again, because for some reason it didn't actually fully create my account when I linked everything to, like, their whole thing. So it made no sense whatsoever. And then I had to do all the tutorial stuff all over again. So even though I wanted to just get on and do what I wanted to do, because it didn't ask me if I wanted a tutorial either, which is just really annoying. It just kept going, oh, no, you've got to press on this and do this and do this and then do this. But we want you to back out and do this and do this and do this. For me, that is too overwhelming and too much holding my hand and very frustrating to deal with, but also being thrown in too much.
Yeah.
Also is the exact wavelength of very much overwhelming and frustrating to deal with.
Yeah. I would say where wins me is that in between.
Yeah.
And in regards of what you're saying, Calcifer, and saying that you prefer games that teach you as you go, where wins me does that. It teaches you as you go. You can sometimes stumble across something and it will teach you then about something. So it's actually a good middle ground, so to speak.
Yeah. Good game, in my opinion. There forces tutorial, but teaches players as they advance. I understand there's different styles, of course. Naturally, exactly. I actually think if you do, because the thing is, well, where wins meet, not only is it cross-play, which Chaos and I obviously did when we actually did the Puppeteer World Boss together and just kind of like fucked about a little bit on the game, it is also cross-region.
Yep.
And Chaos also has a guild on there too, so if you do like decide to get the game to play for yourself, which I would highly recommend to anyone, no matter what type of style of game you genuinely enjoy to play, because it kind of, in its own way, has a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
From the aspect of, say, not so much life simulation, obviously, or survival sandbox, or shooting specifically, because, you know, the time that it's, like, based in, and the time period that it's based in, it does have still quite a few things that, you know, kind of mesh it all together, but in a very nice way. For a good example, I think I can possibly maybe teensy bit just about get away with saying it reminds me a little bit of the Tekken games and the Mortal Kombat games in terms of the martial arts style.
Well, it is ancient Chinese martial arts.
Well, yeah,
and
exactly. Like in that aspect of things.
And obviously, because one of the main focal points of Where Winds Meet is literally you go around and learn different Chinese martial arts.
Yeah.
And you
Also,
can learn,
as well,
and you can learn like little skills and that from NPCs and stuff that you find around the world. Sorry.
But also as well, I just want to point out, I accidentally found a Dark Souls reference in the game, in the Ghost Market.
You've reached that point. Aye.
Oh no, I've reached past that point.
Yeah, I've not done anything like that. I was gonna wait until tomorrow.
Sorry.
No, I went as far as I could before they put any more stuff on it. I can go to the Ghost Market now. It just because it stops after you find the Three Sisters.
No, it doesn't. No, you can still get there.
No, that's where before, because they gave it new on the 29th.
I can still access the Ghost Market though.
I know. I'm saying that you can. I'm saying that I can. I'm saying that at that point it ended after you find the Three Sisters in the Ghost Market in the little market.
Oh, okay, right, cool. Because I discovered the Ghost Market quite early on, purely by accident.
Yeah.
And I did that side quest for it, and I was like, "What is this bullshit?"
So,
but no, you know, so obviously you've already found the Three Sisters, and you've already gone to the Ghost Market and done that side quest, yeah?
that was the main quest, yeah.
Okay, okay, right. So I might be. I think we're talking on two different like types of quests because there's a few side quests you can do. So basically, the way that you get into the Ghost Market through, I can't remember the specific area. Like through the specific area by like tapping or sleeping in something is all I'm going to say. So I don't actively spoil it for you or anybody else massively, by accident. When you get into the Ghost Market that way, that room and a couple of the areas are Dark Souls references.
Ah, okay, right.
Yes, you will know what I mean when you do that specific side quest, basically.
Yeah. So,
mhm.
because you were a bit apprehensive of this game at first when you first heard about it, because you were given wrong information about how the combat was Dark Souls-esque.
Yeah.
And it turns out it's not actually that
much of a Dark Souls-esque combat, no.
No. The difficulty of the bosses might be, but that's about...
Yeah, it's more, I think it's more like, I was being told about it lean more towards the difficulty.
Yeah.
Out of anything else, and obviously the mechanics of, like, dodging and stuff. Now, I will say this as well, for anyone that always forgets to dodge or to evade or parry or whatever the fuck in games that you play, like me, they do have an assist for that does get offered when you first load up the game. Switch it on. Switch it on. You can even change it after that fact as well.
Yep.
So you can toggle it on and off whenever you wish. And 9 times out of 10, I believe, unless it is a online mode world boss situation, I'm not entirely sure because it still came up for me when we did that world boss.
It didn't for me.
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, for me, it did occasionally. I don't know, but then it did throw me into random fucking dialogue at the same time in that world boss for some reason.
Yeah, again, that there are still quite a few bugs in regards to the game that they do need to
fix. Which is to be expected.
Yeah. So, out of 10, what would you give this game? Obviously 10 being the highest.
10.
Really?
Yeah.
Reason?
Reason? Goose.
Alright.
But well, to obviously just to take the piss a little bit with that, but in genuinity, in all seriousness, the story, the beginning of the story of how you become to be this person.
Yeah.
The customization, though you can't do, say, full-on Sims customization, like, you know, Sims 4 customization sort of like situation, you can actually use your voice and read the little the reference on the screen. However, they also thought of the fact of if you turn around and basically said, I want to splooge, they thought of that too, because, you know, why not? And it will automatically generate a character based off of your voice and how you say the words.
Yeah.
You can also, at least, I don't know if it is the same for PlayStation, but on PC you can upload a picture of yourself.
Yes, you can.
You know, like, sort of situation, and it will also generate a picture. Now, granted, I did that route. I went for the picture route because I didn't really want to sit there whilst in a voice chat with my boyfriend and a few other, like, friends of me just going, I want to splooge, 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 splooge move. Like, you know what I mean? Just to see how it'd play out, because I thought that would have been a bit fucking weird.
Considering some of the shit you come out with sometimes, Damo, not that really.
No, I know, but then I would have had to have explained the context, and
No.
I just weren't ready for giving the context at that point.
Honestly, at this point, Damo, after knowing you all these years, and anyone that's known you for even just a little bit, no. Even without context, I just go, oh, it's just Damo.
Yeah. So anyway, I opted in for a picture, and I didn't exactly have any recent images of me on my PC because, you know, they're mostly on my phone and stuff where I upload them to my social media that you lot won't ever have access to. Not to be a dick. I've got to look out for myself.
Jesus. So, all in all...
You know, and I had to edit the character still a little bit just to get it to look like a skinny version of myself. So, yeah, there you go.
So, all in all, you would recommend people at least give this game a crack?
Yeah, I'm still trying to convince my boyfriend to get the game so we can build up our relationship enough to get married. In the game. He has it downloaded, I'm just waiting for him to play the game.
Alright.
Great.
Yeah.
And you can also unlock outfits as well as you go down, like, certain quests and stuff. So you don't have to put money into the game if you do not want to. Yeah, in-game. Hint, hint. Yeah, in-game. In-game.
Alright, allow me to preface, alright? Alright, allow me to preface. In regards of that whole thing, it's not a case of, there's no, like, marriage system. It's a case of, like, a bond system, where essentially, like, the more you bond with another player, will then determine, obviously, how far in the tree you go. And, obviously, it'll be, like, destined and stuff like that when you reach the end part. So it's actually a case of just how much time you... There's no actual, scene if you hit that max thing, where it's like a wedding. There's no thing like that.
Wait, really?
Yes. I looked into this just because obviously Kane said about... Look, if there was a thing like that, Kane would have already had, like, several weddings by now.
So why are they giving the outfits out for the marriage shit?
I don't know. Variety?
Rude. Like, what the hell and everything? Oh well, I still want to marry my boyfriend in the game, okay? You don't really get games out there where you can, quote unquote, marry, you know, your IRL partner. Or online partner.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. I just wanted to actually let you know on that one. Because I had a feeling, so I thought I'd best look into it.
I appreciate that. Thank you for letting me know live on air.
Hey, it means then that other people that get into it and see that, they won't then get confused either.
It's alright, we all know that I'm just gonna go full blown out in the game anyway. I'm doing the whole IDs and shit anyway.
Anyway.
Hey, gotta live it for the story, right?
Yep. Anyway.
Yeah.
That it for your review?
That's all for my review.
Alright. So, time for a little bit of a rant, folks. I wanted to save this for last.
Wait, can I go grab my coffee first?
Yeah.
Thank you. It will literally take me 5 seconds, okay?
Alright,
Not counting from now. I haven't stood up yet.
1,
I
2,
haven't stood up yet.
3,
Jeez.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
Okay, I am back. I have
13.
not got the headset on.
14,
Pardon me.
15 seconds.
I'm back.
15 seconds.
It was under a minute.
You said give you a sec, so I gave you a sec. And you
I
gave,
said 5 seconds, actually.
Yeah, 5 seconds. So I counted, and you were 3 times that.
3 times that.
Spin the wheel tomorrow.
Shut up.
So, now, as many of you are aware, I obviously am a fan of the FGC, fighting game community. And I am obviously a fan of like games like Tekken, Street Fighter, BlazBlue, and stuff like that. And obviously, I'm a fan of the producer of Tekken, Katsuhiro Harada. He's
Finish her.
that's Mortal Kombat. He actually he's constantly communicating with the Tekken community as well as the FGC community, and generally he's a laugh. Like recently, earlier in the year, he actually took on Lily Pichu, a streamer, in Tekken, and proceeded to lose. To which he then said, "Right, that's it. I quit Tekken," as a pure fucking joke because he's a laugh like that. He has had, obviously, with anyone in his position, obviously had various news people try and twist his words.
Naturally, as one does.
Yeah. Well, on the 27th, he posted a statement to which Video Game Chronicle, I know I covered an article on them earlier, actually twisted his words.
Oh boy.
Yes. So there is a article which what they are trying to twist in regards of turning some world tournaments into pay-per-views. Because obviously there are people who will actually stream tournaments to watch because they're interested in seeing how that tournament goes and they want to see which players or characters come out on top.
Yeah, you've done it in the Discord many times.
Yeah, but we're talking about live on stream to
Okay.
stream it. Well, the article essentially says basically this is what was posted on their on VGC Video Game Chronicles Twitter page. Tekken series producer Katsuhiro Harada says he's quite interested in Capcom's decision to charge fans to stream upcoming Street Fighter 6 tournament finals. A lot of influencers are making big money off their streams, Harada said. To which Harada has responded. The interview to this article the interview this article is based on he has linked is in regards of an interview he had with thegamebusiness.com, and he has said, "I never said a single word about wanting to turn it into a paid content. I only said I wonder or interest how that could be achieved in the first place. I am not even positive about monetization. The context and interpretation may have been created by the article, but judging from the flow of the conversation, you would have to interpret extremely negatively to think that I was trying to make streaming paid. In any case, it's unlikely that it will be monetized, and in fact, the operation of streaming the Tekken World Tournament has never fallen within the scope of our business since the very beginning, because prize money is involved, though these activities have been excluded from the scope of our Japanese corporate entity." To which he also followed up with this statement. It's really frustrating these days how media and people tend to deliberately stir up controversy and interpret things in the worst possible way. Well, this isn't something new. In Japan, for example, every time a new Tekken title is released, there are people who regularly spread false rumours, like Harada apparently bought a new Lamborghini, or Harada supposedly embezzled company funds. And honestly, the only person in Japan I can think of who actively drives a Lamborghini is Kamiya-san, right? If it were harmless rumours like that, it might still be tolerable. Once a journalist asked me, why did you release Tekken on Xbox? And I answered, because there were many requests from communities, especially in North America. Can you guess what the headline was the following week? All developers should release their games on Xbox. I couldn't believe it. There are countless examples like this. No wonder I end up only being able to speak properly through direct live conversations. Anyway, I'm just tired of all this distortion, convenient interpretation, and misinformation. Mm-hmm. Now, it's people that misinterpret information and spread falsehoods that piss me off. Because they're no longer actually then doing their jobs. They are literally clickbaiting. They are drama baiting. So they can actually get more views on their articles. I am not a fan of this. And I can pretty sure I can speak for Damo, as well as many other people in regards to this as well, when we think it is bullshit. In regards of being charged for streaming the World Tournament finals, that's down to the tournament officials and whoever is running the tournament. That is down to them a lot of the time. And normally they will actually give out statements on regards of whether people can do so or not. So, regardless of what Harada would say, it would be down to the tournament organisers. Am I happy about people trying to twist Harada's words? No. All Harada wants is for the FGC to grow and succeed. He's not once talked about actually profiting from it. He is not happy with this, and neither am I. Harada's actually generally, even if it's not Tekken, he generally looks at other fighting games and then sees what he can learn.
Yeah.
I generally think that news reporters, in general, they need to actually only deliver the facts as which they have actually, of what they have actually found, not some misinterpretation, not what they believe. As a news reporter, or just generally just reporting on stuff like this in general, you should only report on what you see, and if you feel that you need to give your own interpretation, then add that after you've given what has been the facts. One of the reasons why I started up the Thin Crust Flopcast was because I wanted to actually let more people know about various things, because not everyone's aware of gaming news. And gaming news itself can be very misinterpreted. Because one of the things that you'll find, especially coming from a lot of politicians, is gaming causes kids to go violent. And there's a constant battle to which some even still try and push to this day.
Yeah.
Even when it's been scientifically proven not to be the case. But then again, who listens to scientists, right?
I know, right?
I do generally feel that the way that they have misinterpreted and tried to twist Harada's words to try and draw in views is bullshit, and it's insulting. The fact that Harada feels he can only actually talk to people via live interviews, it's sad. The fact that he can't actually just have an interview with a gaming journalist and then they just put out what he has said and just leave it at that. That I feel is it's sad, because I guarantee he probably wants to speak to a lot more people. Yeah. That's why he interacts with people on social media. Like, when there's been characters come out, he'll actually, if people have questions, he'll actively answer. if there's cosplays of a character, he'll repost. Like, I guess you could say to some aspect he's kind of like the FGZ's version of Kojima. And honestly, I think these articles that are literally trying to turn what he said in regards of monetizing the tournaments need to fuck off and only report facts, just straight up facts. And as I said, if they have opinions, throw it afterwards. That's why occasionally we'll only throw opinions if we believe it is worth it, and we'll only throw opinion after we've read the article. If we have a little funny anecdote to throw in, yeah, we'll do that. Hence our Steam Machine choo choo.
Choo choo.
I was waiting. But yeah, no, I honestly think that this is why one of the things I always say every single episode of the Flopcast, or at least try to, is we report on the information that we have seen and we've managed to find and done what research we can on it. Any information that if it's wrong, then please let us know. There's only been like a couple of times that we've actually reported on some information and it's been wrong, and then we've on the next episode we have apologized for it, and then we've corrected ourselves. Because that's all we want to do. It's just we want to be honest with you guys. We want to be honest with what we find, and then give our occasional view on it, and then hear what you guys want to say.
Exactly.
Because our opinion is only based on the information that we have actually found. It might be we're only seeing things from what we have seen. Someone might have a completely different point of view, to which we might actually then learn something, and then might actually spark some ideas, to which then everyone actually benefits from. You know? But we can only get that through facts. So,
Facts.
in regards of this, Video Game Chronicle, you need to do better. Stop being a dick.
Yeah, that goes to all, like, articles out there.
Yeah.
Video game news or not, like, just bog standard, be honest.
Yeah, stop being dicks. Stop being drama baiters. It does no one any good. There's enough drama already enough in the world as it is with real life bullshit. The last thing we need is people trying to stir up drama, even false drama, in the thing that's meant to actually put a smile on our face and give us a bit of freedom from real world bullshit. But yeah. And that's all I got to really say on that. I know it wasn't as much of a rant as I've done in the past, but
Thankfully.
honestly, there's nothing I can say that Harada hasn't already actually said himself. Hence why I read out his social media posts. Like, I could say 1,000 things, but only Harada can say what Harada feels, and I have nothing but respect for the man. So, unlike my Xbox rants, or Microsoft rants, or PlayStation and Nintendo rants, I've literally got nothing else to say. I think the only way I can actually tie that up is gaming news journalists. That drama bait. Stop being dicks. End of.
Can you just stop being dicks already?
Yes.
Poor chaos.
And also, can you guys just stop proving me fucking right? Like, seriously, I'm getting sick and tired of this.
I think everyone is, to be honest. Like,
What, me being right?
no, yeah, but at the same time, like, journalism being fucking journalism.
Yeah. Beware the blast.
Blast!
Breaks first turn.
Oh no!
Stop jinxing me, you twat! Oh, good, Inventor's not here, good.
Liars. Bitches. Liars.
But yes, with that being said though, folks, thank you everyone so much for tuning in. If you miss any of this and you want to actually catch up on what we have said, this will be uploaded onto YouTube, possibly within the next 24 hours. So, as always, the next episode of the Flopcast will be on the 15th.
Yes.
So look forward to that as well. But with that being said, Damo, where can people find you?
You can find me over at twitch.tv/itsdamooh, over on Twitter, Party with Knives, on TikTok, itsdamooh TV, and on Blueski, itsdamooh.
Yeah. And you can find me and Damo actually chilling and streaming together tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
Damo streams on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays.
With the occasional Sundays.
Yes. Yeah. But yeah. We will see you guys in the next one. And thank you everyone so much for who has tuned into this one live. It's been pretty active in the chat today, so I very much appreciate everyone's little inputs and questions. Always appreciate it.
Oh yeah.
But yes, we will see you all in the next one. With that being said, make sure you have your personal belongings with you. Anything that's left behind will be used to fight off the Scandinavian invasion. And with that being said, raise your pizzas high and say it with me. Stay chaotic and live for the challenge.
Oh well.
Bye-bye.
Bye.